Hey, you guys, we're going to talk about adoption to sonship. One thing about adoption to sonship, where we can cry, Abba, Father. God created us in His likeness and in His image, which means what He does, we should be able to do. Jesus came in the flesh to show us exactly who the Father is and exactly how to fight and exactly how to live on this earth, exactly how to love. Give me my key. Sorry. Exactly how to love, exactly how to forgive, and exactly how to be with others. So when we use Jesus as our instructor, as our model, here to show us exactly who we are, why we were created, and what we are supposed to do. We begin to read scriptures and find out, sorry you guys, got a message coming through, and find out who we are and the great things that we could do. Jesus said these things that He has done in the Bible, greater works shall we do also. Greater works shall we do also. So being a child of God means that our lives should reflect Jesus. And I know we have always heard that we should feel unworthy of Christ and unworthy to be like Him and unworthy to even receive the things of Him. And unworthy to even receive the things of Christ. But I'm here to tell you that you are a child of God and you can receive everything that God has for you, unhindered by anything. Hey, y'all. So, so when you look at yourself, it's time to count yourself as worthy. Think of the prodigal son. If you guys want to read that, go to the just, you know, I can't even think off the top of my head exactly where the prodigal son is. But as you go to the prodigal son, God begins to talk about what Jesus was talking about, how the son was under the father at first, and then he left, took his inheritance, squandered it, went off to wild living, and then came back. As the son was ready to come back, he did not feel worthy. He felt worthless. He didn't feel like he could be called the son of God. He didn't feel like he could be loved. He even said that even though his father was rich, he said, I'm going to go back as a hired servant. Okay? So he didn't see himself as worthy. And a lot of us feel that same way when we are seeking. We all feel unworthy and not as if we can be considered children of God. We don't feel or see ourselves as He sees us. Why? Because how we have dishonored God, how we have went out and did what we should not have done when He's taught us well already. So again, you decide, like I want to love God again. Hey, when you decide you want to love God again and be there, and be a child of God again, He's going to accept you and He's going to throw you the biggest celebration in heaven. He's going to throw you the biggest celebration here. So we have to begin to be able to look at Daddy as worthy to be praised, worthy to be glorified, because He loves you. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are likeness. So don't fear going to God and asking Him to do a thing for you. Why? Because He says, ask of me, and I will give to you. If you ask Him, Jesus said, if you ask in my name, I'm at the right hand of the Father interceding for you. So if you ask anything in my name, I'm going to bring it to the Father. And guess what? It's going to manifest. One thing about being a child, think of your children. Do they have to worry about their needs being supplied? Do they even worry about that? No, they come to you and they tell you, and then they expect you to deliver. They don't expect you not to deliver when they come to you and say, "Can I have?" They don't expect you not to deliver. They expect you to deliver everything that you have said that you would do, and they don't expect it not to happen. And we have to go to God that same way. We have to begin to go to God, and when we go to Him, we begin to expect that which we ask for. That's the only way that we can receive it, is expect it. Expect the great things that God, what happened? Expect the great things that God has asked you, that you have asked God for. Expect the great provision that you have asked Him for. Expect those things, and don't let fear of what someone else would think or say allow it to move you off the course that you're supposed to be on. You have a course to take, unless y'all want to go all the way around. So, and one thing about God, He's a good father. The Bible tells us, us being evil, when our kids ask us for things, we don't give them, Cameron, look where you going, baby. We don't give them evil things, or not what they ask for. He said, if any one of your children was part of parental stewardship, we have been disappointed, so disappointed by our natural mothers and fathers. So it makes it a little hard for us to see God as the good father, because our natural example of what parenting should have been like was a fail, or it hurt us and it left us victim, and it left us what I want to say, hurt and uneasy. And we look at someone who is called mother or father as like that they will hurt us, or they will leave us, or they will walk away from us, or they won't give us the things that we need. Because I do understand that the enemy has used our parents and such to put us into a place where we feel like we have not been supplied for, our needs have not been met, love wise, financially. And that's why some people have been through some things that they have been through, as far as parental neglect and things like that. So the enemy has used these types of things to hinder the aspect of the father. But God is not like that type of parent to us. He's a good parent. And a lot of our parents that hurt us did it out of their own hurt. They were hurt themselves. So it wasn't that they did not love you, but they did not know how to love themselves. They were only able to give you what they were given. What they were given. So now in turn, we have to learn another way to help raise our kids, to help teach and train our kids, to help know what a different type of love is. So this is why we come into the love of the Father and begin to lean upon His love and depend upon His love, because His love is real. His love is what lasts. His love is what keeps us. His love is what real love is supposed to look like. A great example of what love is. So when you begin to allow God to open and heal you, you'll begin to see His love as pure and as perfect. And there will be times when you ask for something and God will either say, not yet, you're not ready for it, just hold on. Because one aspect of a good father, He's going to process you. He's going to teach you to keep whatever you have. And that's just the love of any parent. A parent is supposed to teach you, mold you, and form you. One thing about parental units, even, okay, I'm going to say from the gardening aspect, they call a gardener a man, a husbandman. Now, what is a husband? A husband is supposed to tend to his garden. A husbandman tends to the garden of the work. So what in the household marriage, a male figure, the husband is supposed to be the one that tends to the garden, which is his family, his harvest. He's supposed to tend to it, nurture it, make sure that all is well. But I know that we have had negligent husbandmen over over us in our homes and around us. So God begins to come in and tends us the way that the husbandman should, the way that he should tend to us. And he purifies us and he purges us and he offers us forgiveness for whatever we've done. And he teaches us forgiveness. And then in turn, he'll teach us how to forgive others. And then he'll process you. Even when it comes down to your finances, he's going to teach you how to carry and work out your finances. He's going to begin to bring great aspect and great insight to the things that he has called you to do. At your living is going to make a difference. Hold this for me. Your living is going to make a difference regarding your inheritance, regarding everything that God has called you to do. You are gaining an inheritance. You are getting a new life. What God calls taking off the old and putting on the new. So that's what you'll be doing. Taking off the old and putting on the new. So when you put on the new, you'll begin to reflect and understand the love of the Father. So this is just oh, I know, he's so cute. Mhm. So you adopted him, huh?
Yeah, 2 years ago. He was very abused.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
You guys should listen to this. I believe it. Yeah, he just needs some love.
He needs love and attention.
Yes.
And like I said, he's scared of people, so he barks. And
Yeah.
he hopes that you give him attention. That's what it's like. What's going on right now?
Yeah.
And then he's spoiled that way. So I just want you kids to realize that he's fine. He wouldn't bite him.
Aw, he's sweet.
He's really a good boy. He's 7 years old. Actually, he's going to be 8 years old next month.
Mhm.
And like I said, I had him almost 2 years this October.
Yeah.
And
I thought dog years is 7 then.
What's that?
I thought dog years was 7. Like, keep that in 7.
Oh no, they can live. Smaller dogs live longer than big dogs do. They can live for like 13, 15 years, even longer. Depends how healthy they are. But yeah, he's a big baby. He just likes to be around people when he gets to be done.
Oh.
So we're gonna have another hot day today.
Yeah, it is.
And he
It
loves
is.
kids. Oh my goodness, he's something else. I'm glad he's so pretty. He's gentle that way.
It's good you adopted him.
Yeah.
Give him some love.
Oh, you heard how he was abused?
I could imagine.
How people can be so cruel. But you go to YouTube and see how these dogs are abandoned by their. I just saw one on YouTube yesterday where owners had the dog for a long time, and what they did, they abandoned him. They left him off the side of a road. They taped his mouth with duct tape and taped his feet with duct tape so he wouldn't go or bark. And they left him that way. And people found him, of course, and they rescued him. But they do a lot of worse other things than that. So
Wow.
puppy was half just skin and bones they left on the side of the road, and it starved to death. It
Wow.
was found. And it's sad.
Wow.
Whoever had him for 6 years, what they did with him is they chained him to a roof, no food or water, and they moved away.
Wow.
He was emaciated and half dead, and neighbors found him. So that's how they knew his name and his age. And then when I saw him in the paper, because I had recently put mine to sleep because he was old and had problems, I said, I hope to get him. And when I went, the anti-cruelty abused him. I was watching what they did to him. They did something really bad. And I was seeing how the dogs in anti-cruelty are being abused by those people.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
He's just so pitiful, you'd be surprised. He just likes to be gentle and have that affection.
Oh, wow.
For 2 years, that's all I've been doing, showing him love, trying to gain his confidence that not all people are bad. And now he lays back like this, and he just soaks it up when people give him attention.
Yeah.
Before, nobody can get near him. He'd run away.
Yeah.
Now
It's hard to
now-
break that and get them to
he
be
was so scared of
confident
people.
again.
He didn't know which way to go. But in 2 years, I gained his trust to where I understand him knowing he's not going to bite or bark. I mean, he'll bark just because that's his attention.
Yeah.
But he won't bite.
Oh.
And sometimes he cries when you walk away. You'd be surprised. He's
Oh.
so affectionate. It's really amazing. Now, right now,
It's
he's
like
so cooked on.
people.
Yeah. And he's loving the attention he's getting right now from everybody. That's where
It's
he's laid
like
back.
people. Sometimes
Yeah.
it takes one person just to show you some love.
Just what you're doing, how healthy an animal is for us. By you, if you had a dog as gentle as these, when you're petting them at home, they take a lot of stress out of you, believe it or not. Just you
Hmm.
find yourself they relax you by giving them that comfort, and the way they respond with their affection, it's
Mhm.
very good for our health too. It's
Yeah.
really satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah.
They serve a good favor. They do serve a good purpose for us.
Yeah.
It's just terrible how people can abuse these animals.
I
Horrible.
know.
Well, I'm
I
glad you guys
know.
make hay. Are you living
Yeah.
around here?
Yeah. We live in Hinsdale Lake Terrace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I got your attention. So he's perfectly safe.
Yes, he is. He's
Okay.
safe with his dad. He's safe.
Now he's gonna lay over here. He likes to lay on his back and open his legs up so he gets his stomach rub. He is
Aw,
so
look
he
at him.
wants to get. He is so
He
spoiled
ready.
that way. But that's good. I wasn't refreshing.
He
Okay.
is ready.
I'm gonna knock it out.
I know, right? Look at him. He a good doggy.
He's an I think he's a good dog too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
Come on, y'all.
Have a nice day.
See you later.
You too.
Bye,
I
kid.
gotta get my bye.
Well, that was good, you guys. We are speaking on the adoption of sonship, and that I hope you guys were listening. That was just an amazing um thing, and it spoke to us because one thing that we have been, like I just got finished talking about, how we are abused and hurt and abandoned and treated horribly, right? And here it is, this man begins to talk about how his puppy, how you went and adopted his confidence and to teach him great things. Yeah, I know, right? So, with that being said, you guys, that was a message right there, just about the spirit of adoption, being adopted into sonship. That was pure love. And the man saw that he had been abused and was able to give him love so that he can gain confidence to love someone else, because he wasn't able to the dog wasn't able to trust anyone else being around him. He used to be fearful, and now me and my kids, we went around him and he was able to receive love. He was able to receive it, and ultimately that's what we need, to be able to receive and be able to give. He was able to give now, give love and to receive love. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna let him give me
huh?
the egg.
What you say,
Let's
Kia?
catch up to the front.
But so wonderfully, these are the things that's so amazing about being adopted into the kingdom of heaven. These are the great things about it. My God, that was just good. That we
Yeah.
just bumped into that, just talking about the spirit of adoption. We began to get a full life structure of the spirit of adoption, and how just the way it came in and changed that dog, it's able to change a human being. It's able to change us. It's able to fix us and make us to love again and see ourselves more lovable, huh? No, that that dog was able to be lovable. A lot of times when we don't have the spirit of adoption and we're out here hurting, we don't have love and we're not lovable. We don't know how to give love because we have not received it. So now it took, after 2 years of loving that dog, he was able to give love and receive love. That was a message, y'all. Can't but nobody say that was a good message. But that was God. Just um just speaking to us about adoption and how real love can change and transform a life. Whether it's a human life or an animal life, it can change a life. And that is what all adoption is supposed to be like. We know that you can go from one environment, one negative environment to the next, but real true adoption to sonship is real love, and it's poured out abroad. So it's been 20 minutes. I don't want to make this video any much longer. So I love you guys, and I pray the spirit of adoption to cover you on today. I ask God to show you who you are as son and daughter, who He is to you as father, and allow the blood of Jesus to cover every path that you take, and to anoint your work, to anoint your hands, that your everything that your hand touch, it prospers, and everywhere that you tread your foot upon, it is your portion. I love you all, and have a good day.